Hi! Kumusta Igala? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaymar and you're tuning to Talk with Jaymar! For today's video, we will learn two informative terms on how to handle children with special needs or children with autism spectrum disorder. These two terms that I am talking about are accommodation and modification. For the students with special disabilities, in which this can be the right and important ways to school success in appropriate goals for IEP or what we call individualized education program, and assessment result for neurodevelopmental pediatrician that will be practiced here in the Philippines. So accommodation is a teaching process considers how a student is presented with materials in order to facilitate academic progress. While modification, this is a teaching process that considers what a student is exposed to in terms of academic materials and expected learning outcomes. So let's differentiate what will be the examples of accommodation and modification. So for accommodation, students can access instruction and demonstrate knowledge. Students also here participate in school activities. They do not change on the learning expectation, do not change the curriculum. For modification, students here is expected to learn the course or activities. Objectives are modified to meet the needs of each student. Change what is being taught. Kids who may need changes in the curriculum. Okay, so let's differentiate the adaptation of accommodation and modification. The example of accommodations are listening to audio recording of text, hands-on activities, needs larger print materials, sitting in front of a room for average or poorly performing students, additional tutoring time, working in a smaller group, establishing extra communication between teacher, student, and involving their parents. While modifications are, students might be assigned an easier text to read compared to their classmates, involving students to use the calculator during exam, reducing reading level, simplifying the lesson that the students takes to increase the level of understanding, simplify the vocabulary words. So for special education, we will be able to provide both of these terms to our learners. These educational support are similar, but they are not the same. So in the Philippines, these are very useful in teaching the learners that will help to recognize as part of their technical vocabulary domain of education. On the other hand, there is no one set list because every child is special. So the IEP team will be the one to identify the specific strategies to help our child succeed. Teacher here must also teach the lessons with appropriate guidelines and generate great result to the needs of the learners. The parents also has a vital role in generating the IEP because parents know their child better. So at home, it is very important also to continue the process which the students have struggled in specific things. It is very important to have a good conversation between you as a parent and your child because it is the right feeling to him or her. Teacher also must need to consider the learners, whether it is academic, non-academic, extracurricular activities, and transportation. In this way, they can help to ensure that accommodation and modification will be applied. So to sum up with this, accommodation does not fundamentally alter or lower expectation or standards in instructional level, content, and performance criteria. Changes are made in order to provide equal access to learners and equal opportunity to demonstrate what is known. Regardless of the IEP, the grading system here is still the same. While for modification, to fundamentally alter or lower expectation or standards in instructional level, content, and performance criteria. Changes are made to provide students meaningful and productive learning experience based on the individual needs and abilities. But the grading system here is different. Okay, So take note of this, that accommodation and modification will change according to the needs of the learners. These two terms are not identical in their effects on teaching and learning, but actually, they are just frequently used interchangeably or vice versa. Okay, so we will cite another example for these two terms. If you think about the child who needs eyeglasses to see, the eyeglasses stands as accommodation to help the learner see better. While when you say modification, this is what the student is expected to learn, or what materials they are going to have. Example, if your learner has difficulty in reading on the same level of his peer, the learners here can get the same information, but he or she has a lower reading level, and that is what he is modified to learn. Okay, so I've come to end my presentation. Thank you so much, Igala, for watching, and I hope you learned something from this. So if you have questions and feedbacks, please comment down below, and I will try to answer the best knowledge that I have. Also, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe and ring the notification bell for more updated videos.